And this is Ken Kreitzer for CBSI Services and the Marketing Idea Exchange at our April meeting here in Midtown Manhattan at the Yale Club. And our speaker today, Scott Cunningham from IAB, about ad blocking. And Scott, you really gave a very informative presentation to us about what's happening with ad blocking, why more consumers are using it. What is happening in this field today? Why are consumers using ad blocking?
Well, first, the tools to block ads are available, and they're becoming more and more aware of them. And their availability in browsers are increasing. That's number one. Number two, consumers are legitimately becoming annoyed with some user experiences. So combination of having access to the tools and being annoyed is the perfect storm. And this is why we're seeing the rise of ad blocking.
And you mentioned reasons why consumers are choosing to use ad blocking, and part of it was virus protection. Other was just trying to get improved performance of their equipment. Why are consumers turning to ad blocking today?
Well, our research says that obviously they hear about it, they know about it, as I said. The other thing is, yes, they are concerned about viruses. They are concerned about viruses that are coming from sites and advertising themselves. They want to protect themselves. But also in the same conversation, it's also been clear that they are trying to improve their device performance. Whether it's mobile or desktop, they want their devices to move quickly. And if websites and experiences are slowing things down, they're going to try to find ways on their own to remedy that.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the impact this has had on publishers. I mean, an industry that's already been affected by declining revenue. Well, how are publishers reacting to this phenomenon of their readers using ad blocking in some cases?
It depends on the publisher. Some publishers are not seeing massive increases yet. They're more traditional audiences because we know the demographics tend to skew younger millennials for the installation rates of ad blocking. So generally, gaming publications, other niche type publications see higher incidence rates. How are they dealing with it? Well, frankly, that's where our programs have come into place. They are actively, a lot of these publishers are actively doing two things. They are putting their user experiences on a diet. They're lightening the load, helping end users access their products much faster. At the same time, they're offering end users a deal. And by a deal meaning, do consumers who have ad blockers installed understand the value exchange of advertising and free content? A lot of them don't. A lot of them may not have engaged in the public internet in such a way. So publishers are actively putting messages in front of those users, asking them to make a choice. Do you want free content, or is there other ways that you would like to access this content? Whether it's subscription, whether it's registration, whether it's some publishers might even be turning some consumers away. But that's part of the value exchange conversation that's happening. And by and large, we've been encouraging publishers to have that dialogue with their end users. That's just good customer service.
Absolutely. Maybe tell us a little bit about your organization, IAB, as a trade organization, what you're doing, and how people can find out more information.
Well, the IAB is a Interactive Advertising Bureau, is a 501c6 trade association, generally representing sellers. But the IAB Tech Lab, which is where all the technical standards sit, both organizations operate in tandem to support the growth of advertising supply chain on the internet. In the U.S. alone, it's over $50 billion right now. We have over 650 members, and we encourage anyone to go become a member at IAB.com.
And Scott Cunningham, you've had an interesting career, a big stop at USA Today. Maybe just tell us a little bit about your career.
I got started, I'm an engineer, but I got started in technology and publishing over 20 years ago in the very beginning of putting websites online. And frankly, I haven't looked back. It's been publishing, enterprise publishing, startups, all built around tech, but large business to consumer products, some B2B along the way.
Scott Cunningham from IAB, thank you so much for talking with us, spending time at the Marketing Idea Exchange here in New York.
No, thank you for having me.
Great to see you. This is Ken Kreitzer for CBSI Services and the Marketing Idea Exchange in New York City.